So I got to meet the present Lord Lovat, who is a very nice-looking young man. He's about 32. He's also about 7 feet tall. And I was not wrong. All the Frasers are very tall. Anyway, I was introduced to him, and he'd heard of me. In fact, he had invited me to the gathering because a friend of his had read my books and mentioned them to him and so forth. He was, very cordial, but he hadn't yet read any of the books, so he was, asking me about them and asking politely how I'd come to write these. Well, as I said, he's about 7 feet tall. I'm 5'2", so I was explaining all about men in a kilt while speaking directly into his forehead. Very, very, very embarrassing. Well, I also got to have dinner while there with the Earl of Cromarty, who is the chieftain of Clan Mackenzie, and he invited me to be an honorary Mackenzie. And I'd already been adopted by the Frasers, but I said, I guess I can have dual membership here. You guys are not actually at war or anything. Yeah, they're very cooperative and all that. So anyway, it was fun. Anyway, I'm not sure what else I was intending to tell you here. I should probably stop and ask if you have any questions, since this is basically your hour. You can do anything you like. If there's anything you'd like to know, I can read for you. Or wait, before we go any further, though. I'm just going to pass something around so it's a small enough audience that everybody would have a chance to look at it. But this is some of the artwork for the graphic novel. Now, it is not in any kind of order because any number of audiences have been through it by this time. I did Bubonicon in New Mexico last weekend. Large numbers of people got to finger it, so to speak. But anyway, I thought I would. It does at least have the front page in the front. This is the front page of it. Yeah, no, this is not a straightforward adaptation of Outlander, because Valentine, who asked me to do it, said we want a new Jamie and Claire story, but kind of set within the parameters of Outlander. I said, well, that'll be interesting. So I thought about it for a bit. Now, as you've probably seen comic books and graphic novels before, usually they have this one big panel on the first page, and that's your setup. You should have the main character of your story, or at least one of them, in that main panel, and it should be a situation that has something to do with the premise of the story. Okay, well, you see we have the thrashing sea and the lowering sky and this stark Scottish cliff. Well, as you will be able to see when I pass it out, there's a little figure standing on the top of the cliff wearing a kilt and leaning on his sword, and there's a little ship coming in through the storm. This is Murtaugh waiting for Jamie to come back from France. Because it occurred to me, Outlander is told purely from Claire's point of view, and she is an Outlander. She doesn't speak Gaelic. She doesn't have any idea of the politics or the interpersonal things going on. So I said, well, obviously there were things going on that she never saw, didn't understand when she did see them, or misinterpreted if she did. And so I said, well, Murtaugh was there. He certainly speaks Gaelic. He knows who everybody is, what's going on, but he doesn't know who Claire is.